Fuck.
Você explorado? Vertel eens iets gezegd had. Nervi. Nervi.
Phone, call.
Hello, Tom. How are you today?
What are you doing with all my stuff?
Kontroluju, jestli někdo poslouchá.
Those things take forever to set up.
Já nemyslíša.
That's fair. I'm sure that tells you where I went to school.
Tam o tobě nic není. A není tam ani nic o tom, co s tebou.
Don't have the kill if they bother you training. Not ex-KGB then. No, too young. No, you are... What does Putin call it now? Anyway, not good news for me. You would have killed me already if you wanted to.
Když střelím do kolena, tak neumřeš.
Can I have a glass of water? Much better. Okay. So, what the fuck is happening? You turn up in my bedroom in the middle of the night, out of goddamn nowhere.
Yes, we. I thought you would know what to do. They didn't tell me you would attack me. Do you at least know who I am? You are. We are.
Where did you get that? It must be 30 years old. And it's mine. How did you get my old identification documents?
Look at the picture.
Are you sure you're not my nephew or something?
Do you have any siblings?
No, I don't. Is this necessary?
You tried to attack me.
It's not even the worst thing I did today.
What do you mean?
You're the third person to appear in my room.
So you killed them. Like you tried to kill me.
Maybe you're crazy. Maybe somebody fucked with your mind.
My name is Thomas Mraz. I was born in Prague in...
Oh, seriously, how hard is it to rehearse that? If you are me from the past, I would get a scar where you cut yourself.
You must be at least 40 years older than me.
Excuse me, are you 10?
I'm 25.
You think I'm nearly 70?
Doesn't matter. The point is, I must cut off a finger or something to have a scar that big. Do you have any scars that old?
I have a scar from when I stepped on a nail when I was 5. That's interesting. So, walk me through it again?
Walk where?
Explain what happened. How can you be...
Explain the technicalities.
Who's they?
The doctors. They did an experiment. I volunteered. To defend our country and socialism.
Oh, you're serious? I guess you would be. I would be back in 1980-something.
1987. I was handpicked from my regiment and sent to the Ukraine to participate in a very, very important experiment.
And what was the point of this amazing experiment?
To ensure our country's prosperity under socialism.
First of all, you may have noticed we are in London.
I thought that's where this is. Are you here with the government?
What government? I mean, I had to.
What did he do to persuade you to come here? What did he give you?
He didn't.
An apartment? An apartment? And a bottomless bar? Is that all it took? I can't believe you of all people... I don't care. He's the reason I never had a proper family.
Soviet tanks in the street is the reason you never had a proper family, you brainwashed fuck!
You defected! You defected! I don't speak to capitalist swine.
It's 2018. Everybody is a capitalist swine. And I need the toilet. really need the toilet. I need to take a piss. Stop acting like a child. What do you think you're getting out of this? Are you going to make me piss my pants? Wouldn't be the first time for me. See, it's not so hard to be a little bit nicer.
What's so funny?
Nothing. You're very close.
You don't know what I'm looking for.
I heard you talking to the coffee maker earlier. You are trying to make a call.
And?
I can help.
I can't trust you. You have been turned to the other side.
That's not true. I guess it kind of is. Anyway, I can tell you that the phone is on the side in the kitchen.
Fuck you.
I'm sorry. It's the other one. You need to touch the screen. Open that. I can unlock that, show you how to put in a number.
How would you do that?
Not exactly enjoying this. Do you want to make that call? Did it work? So, no. How am I a threat to you? You have the gun. You must realize by now I have no secret backup to call on. I can't exactly call the police. There is nothing I can do to you. I can, however, make coffee. Oh, look. You figured out how to make an international phone call.
What?
You added a dialing code?
I'm not from the Stone Age. I know what phone numbers are.
These are Russian, anyway.
So?
Thought you said you were in the Ukraine.
Yes. Still USSR. Socialism lasts forever.
This brings me back.
What happened?
The people took to the streets? I don't know. I was in the army. At a certain point, the generals stopped calling them enemies of the state and started calling them the government. And then my father died.
This can't be the future. This can't be how I live.
Thanks.
There must have been a big mistake. I must fix the machine, and then someone will come and explain everything, and everything will be fine.
Sounds like a plan. I think I'll try to go to bed.
What did you do? Did you steal this off me? Who is that? They followed me.
They followed me from the store.
Did you fix me whatever you've got hidden in your briefcase?
I took a nap, and I went to go buy food. You don't have any food here.
And that stuff delivered. Are you crazy?
It could be a spy.
Or it could be the only person who knows what the fuck is happening here. Can I help you?
Where is the younger one?
What did he do? You said you didn't rob the store.
I don't know what you are talking about.
This lady...
Drop the act. I know what is happening here.
Finally, someone. I am so confused. He barely speaks Czech.
I choose not to.
Many of our people that are now like this, they think we wasted their life. They sulk.
I am not sulking.
I think he's a drunk.
Don't shut up, do you know shit?
You have more alcohol in here than I've drunk in my entire life.
That's my best bottle. How did she know?
How do you hide all this stuff?
Who are you?
I have always enjoyed this view. So neither of you remembers me.
Should I?
Some of you did.
Some of. What do you mean?
I mean, I traveled in time before. To meet different versions of you. And other people we send on these missions.
We? Who's we?
None of your business, sir.
Look like you know it.
I know what my mission
You know
is.
what
Soviet government. I worked for the Soviet government. The Soviet government sent me here. The Soviet government employs you.
I know that.
Well, congratulations.
You two are definitely the most annoying versions of yourselves.
Certainly more annoying than the other two. At least they had the decency to get killed.
Excuse me?
He says he killed the two that came before me. I think he's lying.
And you remember that?
Yes.
And you?
I don't remember getting killed, no.
Is this the first time you've traveled in time? What year did you come from?
1987.
Where is your device?
It's hidden.
It hasn't left the apartment.
You don't seem to have any trouble remembering.
I have a special device. Now don't forget the loops I close.
Roots.
Causal loops. They are the result of a temporal paradox. The grandfather paradox.
I'm sure you could just tell us. It would take a lot less time.
It's better if you see. You can refill my glass in the meantime.
So, you are going to show us the grandfather paradox, without any grandfathers?
It's just the most common name for the problem. It's actually a time travel theory paradox.
So how are you going to show us?
A time machine. Sit down.
Don't I need one of these?
You and him are connected. He is here because you are here. When he goes, you go.
Where are we going?
Don't make me say it.
Where are we going?
Don't make me say it.
Where are we going?
It's about when are we going.
So who was the grandfather in this scenario?
No one. The glass, I guess.
Care to explain?
The most popular formulation for the paradox. It's what happens if you travel back in time far enough to kill your own grandfather before your father was born.
You wouldn't go back in time.
And no one would kill your grandfather.
Or somebody else would kill your grandfather.
Why would anybody else kill your grandfather?
I don't know. Was he an asshole?
You see? Too many variables. So we made it more simple. In the laboratory we use billiard balls. But this is the same principle. What happens if you send an object on a trajectory and then it travels back to some point of the said trajectory and interrupts itself from going into the time machine?
What happens then?
You create a time paradox, a causal loop, a closed time-like curve, whatever you want to call it.
And then?
Time fixes itself.
So it never happened.
Or it keeps happening forever. Inside the closed loop, we're not sure.
Him arriving in my room was the beginning of the loop.
A beginning of a loop.
How many are there?
Quite a few.
So what can we do for you then?
This whole thing got out of control. There are too many of them. All the loops need to be closed.
Says who?
The Soviet government, of course.
How do I know you are who you say you are?
Your name is Thomas Mraz. You were born in 1962 in Prague, raised by an uncle. Both parents emigrated right after 1968. You joined the army, came to us as one of our first human subjects.
And who is us?
Again, the Soviet government.
So you are here to fix the world and return it to the glory of socialism.
I don't think socialism is glorious.
So you think this world is so much better? I've seen the television. I've seen the chaos, the wars.
As opposed to Cold War and in the event of a nuclear winter training?
At least we had order. We had a purpose.
You had orders to listen to.
I am not here to pick sides.
Why are you here then?
The loops need closing. They're not safe. They keep collapsing. Time is trying to get back.
Back where?
At the beginning.
Of time?
Of the loop, I hope.
You hope.
The time could also be broken.
You have been chasing the loops.
I am making sure this whole mess gets fixed. The journeys need to be tracked. I follow the signals the localization device gives out when they are activated.
Is that what got you here then? Is that what you have hidden in your briefcase?
It is here.
Yes, it's...
Shut up. Shut up or I will cut you.
No, you won't.
I will cut you so slowly that you will bleed very painfully.
What is your problem? She will fix this, won't you?
I will. You will go back before you traveled in time, like the glass, before it broke. Have you taken it apart?
I was just about to do that.
So, what does it do?
It takes you through time.
Oh, thank you so much.
Well, it was a stupid question.
Actually, it wasn't. This is a personal space-time localization device. It does take a person through time and space, for lack of a better description. What it actually does is localize a certain individual in a different, previously selected time.
So someone selected this as the perfect day to send me visitors.
Yes. And other times in your life.
They should have let me know. I would have cleaned up.
Huh?
What?
Well, that doesn't seem like something you would do.
What are you trying to say?
That you live like a pathetic pig.
Do you not realize I remember how you live?
Well, at least I can honestly say I've never slept in my own piss.
We don't have time for this.
Fine. What were you saying?
It is a localization device. It finds a person in a different time. These usually light it up. They are for selecting the year you travel to.
You could move time back a couple of seconds.
This is a very old device. One of the first ones. Closest specification was done by the main machine. Mine is a much newer device. In my, I guess you could call it a loop, we dealt with a lot of the bugs. Like the memory problem, for example.
What was wrong with its memory?
Not its. The people who traveled. They didn't remember anything when they came back.
Why is that?
They came back from closed loops. We used to set the machines to come back at the exact time that we sent them out from.
Out where?
We were experimenting with different times in the future.
What about the past?
This technology doesn't let the traveler go back beyond the point of its invention.
Which was?
Sometime in 1986.
I thought you invented it.
No. I'm just assisting in the lab. I was, I guess. Now I go on quests to close the loops.
Traveling back in time to prevent things happening.
I follow other people's loops. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't inside a loop.
How do you know?
There is two of you.
And why is there only one of you?
I follow other people because of how the device works.
What do you mean?
As I said, it takes you to the future. To a version of you at that time.
So?
There wasn't any version of me at any time that would be significant for the study. It means that I'm probably not alive.
How long do you have?
With the loops, it's hard to say.
So you have to track the steps of everyone who traveled back at any point?
Not really. It's a little bit like a tangled ball of yarn. You start pulling at one end and the loops start figuring themselves out. There was a serious bundle around you. I'm finally getting to the center of it.
How do you know?
There is only two of you. Closing two loops would confuse the device significantly. What time did you travel from? I have all the logs anyway. All I have to do is check.
January 1987.
You were definitely the first version of you to travel successfully. This could have even been before we figured out about closed loops. I think it blew a fuse.
That's what I thought. Sure.
I know where to get a spare. I'm going alone. You two take care of the broken fuse.
Are you going to do whatever she tells you to do?
She's from your precious government.
I don't trust people just because they say I should.
That is news to me. What was your strategy before she appeared?
To take it apart.
Do you know anything about it? Did they even tell you what buttons to press?
Well, it says here that this is a personal localization device.
We already know that. That should be the last screw. You hungry?
This is really good.
Pizza is always good.
Interesting. And they deliver anytime?
Most places do.
How many are there?
Quite a few.
How do you choose?
Oh, you go online, you check reviews.
Go where?
So there is Tower Bridge, and it should be overhead now.
Anything.
Anything.
How? Does it know all this stuff?
People upload, put it on the internet, and it checks through the information it has on the topic you're interested in. But it's too complicated for me to explain right now. You know I don't think Alexandra's coming back anytime soon.
Just show me how to turn it on. One last time.
How did you turn that on?
We had the same fingerprint.
Did you sleep?
A little.
What did you find out?
China is still communist. And North Korea...
What about North Korea? They're the very definition of a dictatorship.
Still communist.
Oh, please, stop. What have you been reading?
The internet.
That could mean literally anything, including North Korean propaganda.
Oh, no propaganda if I saw it.
Ha! Firstly, most people would have difficulty knowing if they're dealing with their grandmother or a mediocre bot. And secondly, literally everything you know is propaganda.
That is not true. I know things.
Oh, yeah? And where did you get this information? From your communist uncle, your socialist school, or your socialist youth club?
When did you become so bitter?
I'm not bitter. You're an idiot. I keep telling you they're lying to you.
Who is?
Everybody. Uncle, for a start, about what happened with Mum.
That doesn't matter.
How can it not?
Because it's not about me. It's about what is right.
How the fuck would you know what is right?
Maybe I don't. But those in charge, they do. I may not understand how, but this is part of a bigger plan, and I am playing a role in it.
There is no plan. They are power-hungry liars.
So the world is so much better without them. No one can agree on anything.
Well, at least they're free to disagree. At least they don't go to prison for singing the wrong song.
Is that more important to people than having a home, having a job? It's all here. Instability, unemployment, depression.
People weren't that happy in the 80s either.
Who wasn't happy?
Well, for example, the people who were beaten up and locked up for going to a concert.
Really? This? They weren't supposed to be there. They were just a bunch of provocateurs disguised as musicians.
And those people tore down the regime you are putting all your trust in.
I can save it.
No, you can't.
I can tell them what to do.
I am sure they already know.
Took a little longer than I would have liked.
Do you care about what happens in the world?
Excuse me.
Answer me.
Of course I care. That's why I'm here.
So you are trying to save the regime?
I don't think that's what's going to happen in the end.
So you're fine with destroying everything we built for 40 years?
Which is it?
I don't know. I'm sure it will have an impact. But that's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing it because I am the only one who will do it. I don't know about social reforms or economy. There are other people who do. I know about this.
What if these other people are wrong?
How do you know?
He doesn't.
Neither do you.
I've seen it happen. I've seen it all fall apart.
Maybe that's what needs to happen. I don't know. I don't know how to fix the world. But I know how to fix this.
I thought you worked for the government.
It's more complicated than that.
Are you fucking crazy?
So, you are a traitor. Where is the fuse? Is it done?
It will work. Listen, this thing is incredibly easy to track. The second you turn it on, someone will appear.
What did you do? Turn it on.
These men are from a different version of this. They won't listen to you.
I am not listening either. Turn it on. What do you do? Turn it.
Destroy it.
We're in the middle of the loop. I can't.
But I saved you.
And now you don't have a reason to travel in time. You created a time paradox.
But...
Listen to me. You need to go to the beginning of this. Destroy all of it. A machine will take you back there, any machine. I have been trying to get you all back there, but you need help. I am there, but I won't trust you.
What did you do?
Turn it on.
These men are from a different version of this. They don't listen.
I am not listening either. Turn it on.
Меня зовут Thomas.
Alexandra, ты думала, ты вижу. Жесин, можешь прятаться.
Она сделала для тебя более быстрый трекер.
Последнее время она делает то, что я ей велю. Тебе там не велю. Возможно, даже они последние.
Are you sure?
You will never know. Will you come with me? Or do I have to shoot you again?
I told you she was a traitor. Are you fucking crazy? I didn't trust her. And the general... You know him. Of course I do. He's very high up. And now he thinks I work for her. This will take me back. Back before...
Проходите.
Руки!
Добро пожаловать. Добро пожаловать, товарищ Франц.
Oh, great. Where am I? You know what? Let's start with what year is it?
1987. Ukraine, Mr. Franz. In a very secret facility run by USSR government. Tell me, Mr. Franz, what brings you to us?
I didn't exactly have a choice.
What do you know about our facility?
I have no idea where this place is.
I think I am going to leave you two alone.
Они собираются его пытаться.
Разумеется, нет. Это научный прорыв. Они бесподобны, не правда ли?
Сколько?
Несколько. Большинство из них ничего не помнит.
Совершение петли.
Откуда вы знаете?
Она женщина. Она нашла меня в квартире. Что собирается с ним сделать?
Мы просто с ним беседуем.
Ты не будешь отвечать.
What are you doing here?
Do we not know?
Don't play games with me. I know exactly who you are.
Stop following.
Who do you work for? The Americans. Do you know who I am?
We just came from the future. Do you know me from the future?
You don't remember.
Think about it.
You probably haven't done it yet. But he came, called you a traitor, and took you away.
Alexandra.
Мы проверили все устройства, которые имеют склад. Полагаю, они все возвращены обратно.
Отличная новость.
У некоторых из них была проблема с системой обнаружения.
Достаточно, Александра. Не надо раскрывать государственную тайну.
Just answer simple question and you will go free.
I have no idea what you're talking about!
What is your plan?
I'm tied to a table. Even if I had a plan, it's clearly not working out.
The young one appeared out of nowhere, talking about saving the world.
Он что ли меня обвиняет?
Это просто техника допроса.
You have no idea how you got here?
For the billionth time, I have never done anything like this.
Are you 100% sure, Mr. Mraz? Maybe you just remember going to our facility.
Fuck you, bitch.
Professor Andreeva.
Your wife, right?
My brother. You would have been treated significantly differently, Mr. Mraz, if you could have given us some relevant information.
Professor, I have no memory of this place.
Are you sure?
Why is it so important?
We need to establish size of your loop.
How do you even know we are in a loop?
There are two of you here.
Is he in there with you? You really fucked up this time! How do you know you can even close this loop?
I have done extensive experiments.
They have spent months throwing a billiard ball down from stairs and making everyone very confused about when lunch is. Having you here, however, is something completely different.
Professor!
Yes,
Does that mean there's only one version of history?
that would be my bet.
Did you hear that?
Well, now that you are eager to speak.
Что не так?
Вы разве его не разрешали? Существует только одна версия истории. Я вам все сказал. СССР там нет.
Разумеется. Вы газеты не читайте.
Что вы имеете в виду?
То, что мы должны попасть гораздо дальше в прошлое, чтобы исправить это.
И вы пьетесь это сделать.
Москва знает об этом.
Если мы им сообщим, то они попытаются изменить будущее.
Они создадут парадокс времени.
Именно.
Что же мы можем сделать?
Продолжать эксперименты.
I thought you weren't supposed to hurt me.
I do what I want.
That's not what it looked like a second ago. Is your sister coming back? I think this situation needs someone with a bit...
When did USSR fall apart?
I'm sure he told you all about that.
I want to hear it from you.
1991, officially.
Officially? When did the process start?
Let's see. When the paranoid lunatic in charge of the country decided to get into a decades-long nuclear Mexican standoff.
Of course. But the other side wasn't affected at all?
I don't fucking know why communism doesn't work.
What about China, Mr. Rance?
Did he tell you to ask that?
Answer the question.
Fine. You said 1987, right? I'm sure China decollectivized by now. Well, it's more of the same, opening up the markets and so on. They decided they only needed the human rights violating parts of socialism.
But the party is in control.
Yes, it is. Are you looking for somewhere to hide? Professor, wouldn't that cause a paradox too?
I do not know what you are talking about.
If you transferred your operations somewhere else based on what I will tell you.
We don't need to transfer anywhere. This is top secret facility. No one knows what we are doing here.
Katerina, может, не надо выдавать секретную информацию врагу народа.
Moscow doesn't know. Who is the General Secretary now?
Be quiet.
Что? Это Горбачев.
Прошло больше года. Он третий за последние 5 лет. Я не помню, чтобы мы что-либо отправляли в Москву.
Они ничего не знают.
Им не надо знать. Мы им сообщим, когда избавимся от всех проблем.
So, what is your plan? Get rich? Did you find out what happens to the two of you?
Do you know what happens to you?
I thought I was an important test subject.
If you won't talk to us, then we will have to find some other way to test you.
Do you think you can just kill me?
Why not?
Are you sure it would not create another paradox?
Maybe we need to see what happens.
Put this on.
What is this?
It will take you further back. He can't hurt him if there is an older version of him in the loop.
And then?
Come back. Find me. And tell me.
You see, Mr. Mraz, for us, it does not matter. Loop will just reset. We might not even remember this. But for you, this might be it. The end. Are you sure there is nothing else you can tell us?
Like what?
Like that you lied to us. Maybe you are a spy.
What?
A spy.
No, you...
خلاص يمسروا سلبي.
You have not thought this screaming thing through at all, have you? Do you even remember me? I wouldn't say you do. That entrance was spectacularly stupid. Are you from 1987? January? I have a lot to tell you. So that's it? I guess I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. What? Oh, you're thirsty?
Take it off our girl. Get the shit, I'm very thirsty. Start playing just took on her.
Oh!
Well, it seems very clear. You have to destroy it all, as Alexandra said.
But what about defending socialism?
How does breaking time protect socialism? So this is how I'll live.
Maybe not. Maybe they will break time.
Why do you live alone? I mean, why do we live alone?
My wife left 2 months ago. Took everything. I signed the divorce papers yesterday.
What happened?
She said she wanted to leave. I didn't stop her.
Well, maybe it wasn't meant to be.
Maybe.
And you said we're in London.
Well, father died and left me everything. There seemed no reason not to go. Oh, don't be angry with him. When Mum died, it was hard for him. By the time you got everything sorted out, I wouldn't speak to him.
But Uncle said that...
That's what they told him. They were trying to arrest him. They were making up evidence.
Do you have proof? Maybe we could go...
No, I don't think we get redos. I think this is it.
There's still the two of us. 1986, right?
She said to go back to the beginning.
Well, it ends in 1986. It only does years.
I know. Closest specification was usually done by the main machine.
So?
Just press the button.
Where are we?
Where do you think you are?
Or rather, when are we, right?
Is that supposed to be joke?
I'm not allowed.
Are you even capable of that?
How did you get here?
You have our briefcase. You know how we got here.
Are Americans so far ahead with technology?
Are you American spies?
This is your technology. You have to go back. Ah!
Ti sa šel suma?
Na to sluši. Если они, шпионы, работают каждый раз.
Он более молодая версия этого. Это пример именного того парадокса, о котором я тебе говорила.
Но он же сам себе не убьет.
Это не имеет значения. Если ты убьешь первого, другой не будет существовать.
Do you have a different father or something? Why doesn't he understand this?
How do you like dying?
We already tried that.
What do you mean?
It's a long story.
They're just stalling. We must kill them.
Нет. No time paradoxes.
So he just doesn't listen.
I will ram my fist down your throat.
Профессор, вы срочно нужны в лаборатории.
У меня нет времени на это.
Снова. Код 609.
Постарайся их не убить.
Code 609. What do you say again? Do you think somebody else is here? You said more people traveled. Maybe someone is here to help us. Or them. It's still just the two of us. It's not finished.
You're starting to bore me.
She said not to kill us.
She said to try.
He can't hurt us. It'll just start another loop.
Maybe they'll just keep sending us to the beginning again forever.
Now that sounds interesting.
Don't give him ideas.
Вы срочно нужны в лаборатории.
useless. Can you see anything sharp?
Oh, what good will it do?
We've got to stop them.
We don't know how to stop them.
We'll figure something. Who's there? What are you doing?
Making sure this whole mess gets fixed. That the bastard gets what he deserved.
Alexandra, do you remember?
He told me who you are. And what he did.
You shot the general.
I know I shouldn't have. But after what I found out. After what you told me.
Who?
The third one.
He told you to save us.
Not exactly safe. For the wait.
What are we waiting for?
To see if it works.
Is it going to?
Are they really going to change history?
No. I lied to them. He is lying to them right now. I guess it's working.
What is working?
You don't know.
What?
He knew. He knew what needed to happen. I had to explain to him the physics.
You trusted him.
He knew too much about me. He knew exactly what to say. Like a password. I guess if he was at the end of a loop.
They found the body.
It doesn't matter. They won't have enough time to do anything. It's almost done.
What is happening?
She knows it all has to go. They've done our job for us.
It was the only way.
The only way to what?
Close all the loops. Some of the others showed up saying the same thing.
So is it the end then?
I think so, yes. There is no one outside of this place that knows what's happening here. All the research will be lost. It will take decades to replace it. You two don't have to care that much. You're not here. Well, the now version of you isn't here.
What?
It's April 1986.
But I didn't get in until next year.
There is a version of you. Somewhere out there. Sleeping comfortably in his bed.
But you're here. What happens to you?
I'm just going to wait here.
I can't let you do this. It's not fair.
Are you crazy? When at the end of all this,
There must be some other way.
there isn't. She would have thought of it. She had plenty of time.
I had about 20 minutes.
Not you, the other you.
So we are just going to let everybody die?
Should at least warn someone.
I don't think there is time. I told him to run the reactors on full power.
Reactors?
On full power, yes. This power plant wasn't built to withstand that.
We're in Ukraine, right?
April.
25th.
Thomas? Which year are you from? Give me that thing.
She said we need to go back to find her.
She definitely did. She said that to all of you. But there's no point going back if you don't know the password. Do you know what to tell her? But you had better hide when we get there. They would recognize you.
Is it over then? It will be like it never happened.
Or it will keep happening in a loop forever. What is the password?